Alright, I think we're good to be live, everybody. Welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet and or Violet, depending on what version you are playing. And we're gonna be doing some viewer battles. I do need to check on one thing, like intermittently during this, which is the fact that they just updated Nintendo Switches to do the game card thing, and my first Nintendo Switch is currently charging, and I'm kind of nervous that it's not going to turn on. Hopefully, this fear is unfounded, but if it doesn't turn on, it did say that I had to update the other Nintendo Switch before I'm allowed to use the DLC. So I saved in the DLC, but I'm afraid that if I leave here, it will not allow me. You see, I can't return back here. Which is a bit of a problem, because I have to leave here to do 7-star Terra raids. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But hopefully the Switch will just start up and I can update it. I have no idea what the Switch update does. It basically allows you to move digital games like physical games. But it kind of, from what I've seen so far at least, as in like 10 minutes of time, it has made it so that everything needs to be like, what's the word? Everything needs to be not necessarily stabilized. Everything needs to be um initialized, I guess. And to do that, all of your switches that you own need to be updated to the same thing so they're all on the same page. And until that happens, you can't use specific downloadable contents yet. Which might be an issue if my Switch struggles to turn on for some reason that I don't know yet. In concept, it sounds good. Yeah, it does. We'll see whether or not this creates an issue for me, though. I'm going to check on it now. Hmm. That's not good. Yeah, it's not turning on. I don't know. I'm gonna let it charge for a bit. I don't know what the problem could be. I guess it must be the battery or something that happens when you don't turn a switch on for a while. I'm gonna look into that while we load up Double Battle. It might just be that the what I'm hoping is that it needs to be a full battery before it wants to turn on again. We'll see. Here's a Reddit post, which hasn't been used in months, not charging. Oh, this person talked about how they got theirs fixed. Oh, with the Joy-Cons detached, this person says. I will try that. I'm not sure why, but everything I tried failed until I removed the Joy-Cons and mine started charging normally. Okay, we'll try that. Alright, I'm just gonna let that charge without the Joy-Cons for a bit and see what happens. I put this team together a while ago and it's not amazing, but I didn't get around to building the other interesting idea I had yet. Well, I'll restart the search and we'll see what happens. They lost each other. Alright, one sec. No worry, I'm just reading what people are doing to turn on their switches. Okay, let's see who we got here. Let's start with this. Okay, Ghost Dark. How curious. What am I to do here? Scizor hits everything for at least neutral here. Goldango is a bit of a pain. I think I have to start Scizor though. Into... Ooh, Grimmsnarl does not feel very friendly here. I guess Pelipper's okay, theoretically. Alright, Incineroar Intimidate is fine. Just fine. Now, this could be an attack into Pelipper. So I'm just gonna have Pelipper protect. It could be Incineroar Parting Shot, though. Should I Weather Ball? I'm just gonna Weather Ball and find out. Okay, they did fake out Pelipper. And they darts. That's a bit of damage. So it looks like I would live the darts. If ever so slightly. Yeah, if I had protected, I could have got 2 defense boost on a Caledon, which would be really nice. Let's see if that happens. Okay, Incineroar's going to hard withdraw into Goldango. And Darts is going to double our Caledon. Okay. I guess I just have to double Goldango and hope that I live a Darts. Okay, Dragapult leaves, which I am more than okay with. For Incineroar to enter. Goldango does Shadow Ball. How much does this do? Not enough to kill. Okay, we more or less trade Goldango for our Caledon. Which, at this point, I think I'm okay with. Dragapult's gonna return to the field. I'm fine. I'm just clicking Flash Cannon here and protect. No, actually, I think I'm gonna go into Scizor. It comes down to if I live 1 Darts. Which I might. Someone fix out that slot. Darts does come out. We do live 1 Darts. Flash Can does not pick up Pult, but it didn't need to. This needs to pick up Pult. Incineroar switch is kind of likely, but we'll get to see what the last mon is, and if they brought triple Ghost. Okay, Dragapult's going to be the one to leave. Is Incineroar going to terrestrialize? No. What is Incin going to do? Incin is not going to be faster than our Keldon. Great. The rain stops, but we're okay with that. Dragapult returns. I'm just going to body this slot and bullet punch this slot. You're gonna see Terra on you into Terra Ghost. Bullet Punch picks up KO into that slot. Kingambit does sucker a Caledon. But we still have Water Turtle. I'm not exactly sure what the best. I think it's just a double here. Yeah, that wraps it up. Alright, let's pick... I don't know. Let's pick this team. Alright, what do we do here? We have Grimmsnarl again, but I don't want to bring Grimmsnarl again. But I think what I do is I do Sneasler, Rillaboom. They really doesn't benefit them to lead Incineroar too much, but it is a thing that they could do. I'm gonna do that, and that. Alright. Okay, it is Kingambit Incineroar. We get an attack boost. Makes most sense for them to just fake out the Sneasler slot. Sneasler is going to be very important. I kind of just want to close combat and then protect. Just to see what happens. Viking Gambit protects. Nor does fake out the Sneasler slot. And King Gambit SDs. Okay. Let's do... I don't have Reel of Boom. That's a problem. I thought I did. I mean... Let's try and catch a Terra. If it's Fairy Terra, I think we lose. Okay, King Gambit protects. Water Blitz comes out. That does a lot. I think I do this. Do you guys attack buff? We get CC into Incineroar, which does not take it out. It gets to eat the berry. Incineroar parting shots into Sneasler. My Joy-Cons are drifting. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Liam edits. I'm also having Switch hardware-related issues where I'm trying to get a second Switch to turn on. Okay, and here's Goldango, and here's Swords Dance. I think I'm going to Coaching P2 and Trick Room. We're gonna see Terra on King Gambit into Mono Dark. No Sucker Punch, which is what I really wanted to see. So an attack is going to be redirected into Porygon 2 here. That's not great. Yeah, that's real not great. Sucker into a Heat Wave Burn is my only way out here. Well, then got protects, but that wasn't a thing that mattered. Kowtow's into Torkoal. Yeah, it never lives. The move that I should have done is I should have just Terra Blasted the King Gambit with P2. Because P2 would have been fine. Oh, are we lagging? I think we're lagging a bit. Okay, let's do the last battle. And let's do this team. Okay, what could they do to block Trick Room? Mimikyu could be Trick Room. Yaskarada could also be Trick Room. The biggest lead into Trick Room now I feel like would just be Incineroar. If they're doing DD Hatterene, they don't have terrain control. Primarina and Tyranitar, I'm interested to see how that works out. And if it does, it does. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Ah! The switch turned on! Yes! Oh, my second switch turned on. Let's go! It was like charging it without the Joy-Cons worked. Okay, thought that was going to be a bigger problem than it was. Well, it was a pretty big problem, but the problem solved itself in a sense. I feel like it's very possible I'm about to get anti-Trick Roomed here. Based on the fact that Goldango was not led. I'm going to Follow Me and Dazzling Gleam. I didn't really want Terry Fairy, but if they swapped in Goldango here, I think I would just be cooked. Bug-type U-turn. Into King Gambit, okay. Deals decent damage to both. Mimikyu's acting a little slow here. I have a feeling it's about to do a thing that I'm about to like. Yup. Mm-hmm. Cheeky little guy. Wait. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay, we're gonna see the opponent terrestrialize. I'm hoping the opponent forgets they went for sucker on psychic terrain, is what is happening here. Because there's no shot it's slower than Hatterene, right? It would have to be like Iron Ball. Okay. I have a feeling Cherry's gonna comment on that one in a sec. Nah, I would still hit you because of the helping hand, but I guess you could have King Gambit protect to stall a turn there, but there's not super much that you could do. Psychic terrain gets me again. I mean, it happens to the best of us. Just a fact of life. Yaskarada and Incineroar come in. And I am fine hitting these two Pokemon for as much dealing damage as I can get. By clicking... Maybe I could protect Indeedee and then go... Yeah, maybe I should actually protect Indeedee and then go for... a Helping Hand... What's it called? Helping Hand... Not Boom Burst, the other one. Hyper Voice. Because I'm half expecting Meow to be Sash. It could be banned. If it was banned, I feel like it would KO Indeedee on the U-turn, though. Not very experienced in that matchup. It is Sash. And the Helping Hand into Incineroar wouldn't have been important. Dang, Terrifier would have gone crazy here. Oh, Hatterene lived. That's kind of awkward. A lot of stream lag. That is unfortunate. It should be wearing down now. I can also do some manual cooling. It was a little hot in this room. Not gonna lie. Okay. So I could have Terra Fairy'd Indeedee and probably been fine. Yeah, big throw. It's not like there's much you could have done. Like, I still have Primarina and Tyranitar in the back. And both of them would handle only Dark moves, King Gambit, so super fine. But another day, another be me take my Pokemon, where I get to keep my Pokemon. Well, I guess the day's not over. In fact, the day has only just begun. We're only in the first 40 minutes. I'm actually so happy that that switch turned on. I was really down, thinking it was not going to turn on. The news is green now? I'll get this figured out later. I'm just glad the switch turned on. I can't hear anything because the lag is so bad. Wait, really? It's fine on my end. I'm watching the stream right now and it seems fine. Let me check OBS. OBS is saying that we did lose some frames. That is true. It should be fine right now though. I don't know, it might be a little crunchy in post-processing. Wait, let me check my audio. Ah, okay, that's fine. Oh wait, the desktop audio... It might just be quieter. That's a little bit better. I guess that battle might have been entirely silent. Oh, you know what I just realized? We might be able to do the DLC for Sword now on this console. Because I can move the digital game card of the DLC from that Switch to this Switch now. I'm not going to do it without looking at the screen, but we can just do it, just to have fun. We can tell the story of Ted 6... I don't remember the Charmander's exact name, but it was Ted. That was the funniest end bit I ever had in my life. Alright, well, let's see who else is up to battle. Oh, I'm not online anymore. Why did that happen? I can hear you perfectly. Well, thank you for the confirmation, Liam Edits. I appreciate that. That is probably the most important part. Oh, wait. We're also doing this on a Wednesday, which we couldn't do it yesterday because of weather, but we might get some Wednesday folks now. And who knows what Wednesday folks, what kind of heat they're packing. Wednesday folks could do anything. You didn't hear this from me, but Team 117 that I'm currently working on right now, I have 5 of the mons figured out. And I know how to cover their weaknesses, I'm just not sure how to cover their weakness. Or the overall weakness. Because I feel like the 5 mons I have right now are pretty solid for the strategy. I just need a 6th Pokemon that makes the strategy not insta-lose to other strategies. Or an anti-strategy pick. Because Lilycole is a bit of a problem right now. And usually whenever I'm picking a 6th Mon and on a team that I think directly loses to Lilycole, I pick something that checks Lilycole, like, kind of okay. Like a water type with safety goggles. Or at least a tanky water type with safety goggles. That, like, at least kind of okay checks Lilycole. But putting a water type on this team makes it so that half the team is weak to freeze dry. Which is, in and of itself, a problem. Alright, we got Liam. What do my records say about Liam? Control F. Liam. Not that Liam. Alright, Liam at / Liam. So you have had an attempt. So you just need to win 2 out of the 3 battles. And I will hide my screen for due diligence, because you might change your teams in between. Oh, round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I know. I'm stopping here. They'll never expect this one. Terra, Water, Incineroar. I can't pick a fire type. Because half the team is weak to ground. But that's just something that we can get over, you know? It's not that big of an issue. I mean, we have a grass type. That solves the entire ground type issue. Grass types are good against ground types. Yeah, well probably not Incineroar, because, you know, I think having 4 Pokemon weak to ground, that would be a bit of a problem. 3 Pokemon, doable. 4 Pokemon, not so much. This is a little bit of everything team. This is Sun, this is Wanting Rain, this is Trick Room. This is all kinds of wonderful. I think the safest thing for me to do is to do this. The last mon is very weird here, though. I will say. I actually think my best lead is this, and then this, and then this. Oh wait, this is a... You're only bringing 4, right, Liam? The levels might be different if the format was incorrect. Because it allowed us to bring 6 there, even though we can only bring 4. If you brought 6, then this doesn't count. We'll have to redo it, but... Okay, it is in fact a Flutermane and a Torkoal. Torkoal is going to Drought. Flutermane is going to Photosynthesis. Alright, now you may think that this is a little crazy. This is Advanced Maneuver. As long as everything's set to level 50 and we only have 4 Pokemon, it should be fine. Oh, this fires off. This turns on again. Fluttermane, still very fast. Fluttermane clicks the Mystical Fire. There were 6 Pokemon. Oh, well, we'll see how this goes. Eruption is going to go a whole 1 damage. It activates Stamina, though, which is lit. Alright, time to do the thing. Torkoal's not hurting anybody at this point, but it is probably switching out. I really don't want Pelipper to take that much damage, though. We'll see. Okay, Torkoal is leaving, but whatever's taking its place is taking a Weather Ball. I forgot that was a Pokemon. I thought it was Hatterene, Indeedee, and King Gambit. That is a bit of a problem. Okay, well, we deleted that. Well, Pelipper, big damage. Just big damage is fine. Okay, that's pretty big damage, actually. It will activate that, but... Oh no, that's lefties. So it's actually Stalwart, maybe. I think it's not Sturdy, which is even better. So if they bring in their own Torkoal here, it means that they can't Electro Shot. So they bring in P2. And P2 might do Trick Room. gonna be Electro Shot. Now, Grimmsnarl, I'm gonna need you to kind of hold on to this. Hold it, your special tanky. Hold it. Oh, you held it so well. Alright, now what's P2 gonna do with its time? It's going to Trick Room. Okay. Where am I at? I'm at 2 on stamina, right? In comes Hatterini. It is Anticipation. So I could Thunder Wave it. It would make it way slower in the Trick Room, but I could. We're gonna do this. And even if Grimmsnarl you die, that is a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. Porygon 2 is leaving, which is awesome. And DD's coming in to not Psychic Terrain, just to hang out. P2 returns to the field. If indeed he's gonna redirect, I might as well go for Snarl, because I'm +1, right? Yeah. Honestly, what's P2 gonna do? Indeed he's not gonna take this. It's not gonna like it. It's just a matter of fact. And Spirit Break. If Porygon 2 protects, Indeed is not doing anything. Thundershock. Okay. And Diddy is getting set up. Forgot Psychic Terrain at home? I mean, I guess so. Rain stops. But now who's left? Is it just Torkoal and Diddy left? Torkoal, no health left. Face down, butt up. Only 2 Pokemon left. However, gets to return to the field. What move can Indeedee have to get it out of this? I guess it could have... Heal Pulse. Then Torkoal lives. Then you need Torkoal to crit an Earth Power. Okay, what for Eruption? Ah, manual Psychic Terrain. Bop. And I could Body Press, and I could White Guard. Oh, my Spadaf. I need that. Never mind. So unfortunately, Liam, you didn't get this one, but you are still welcome to do 2 more battles because you need to win 2 more battles in the set just to get a Pokemon. but then you also get practice. Also, if you could pick the different rule set, that is the one listed in the description, that would be preferred. That is... Battle Rules is not correct. It's special Pokemon allowed, but as long as special Pokemon don't come, then it's fine. I'm gonna hide screen for the due diligence. And we're gonna bring this team. Okay, looks like same guys. Actually, same guy, 3 gals. I probably just... Actually, I don't know what to do here. Incineroar's kind of handy. If it had Flare Blitz. Man, oh man, I wish Incineroar had Flare Blitz. I actually really don't know what to do here. I might just do this, and then whatever happens, happens. I'm using the same team? Well, no worries, Liam. That's perfectly fine. Makes it a little bit more difficult, and it's probably easier if you changed up your team a bit, but if you're just trying to get some practice... That makes perfect sense. Okay. So we have very similar leads here, except I have an Exeggutor, and they have a Hatterene. Is it even worth redirecting? I don't think so. Might just be worth getting chipped. You go to sleep. Dazzling does come out. It does a nice amount. Let's see how much this does. That's tasty. Still, sleep is handy. Exeggutor is cooler. I happen to like both of these Pokemon pretty equally. We're gonna do this. I think Hatterene is more splashable on the teams, but Exeggutor is funnier. Hence why it is here in the first place. Alright, 3 turn sleep is a little unfortunate, but it also means... I don't know, it means this thing is going to die next turn. I guess if it went for, like, Trick Room, I'd be kind of cooked. I guess that... I wasn't really thinking about it, but that's the reason I put it specifically to sleep. There's no shot Torkoal Sash. I'm willing to bet the entire game on it. Fletcherman is going to enter in place of Indeedee. Bop, 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 bop. Exeggutor is super speedy right now because of Chlorophyll, but we do not need that to outspeed a Torkoal. That's a Tuco. And now Indeedee will just die in its sleep. I guess I'll double attack it in case it's bright powder. Unfortunately, Liam, you can't get a Pokemon in this attempt, but you are more than welcome to fill out the rest of your attempt with one more battle if you would like to do so. Oh, looks like Liam is disconnected. Also, hi Sua, how you doing? Since an idea of a not so balanced team in Discord. Alright, let me see. It is fire water. This is a guy. It feels kind of weird to have Rain Dish but no rain. You would probably prefer Torrent as your ability then. That would just be better. Come up more times. Let's fish for whoever else is around. Clamulent Hark with Rock Slide, Flare Blitz, and Extreme Speed and Protect. How many have pledges here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything that can pledge does pledge. What is double chance to activate though? Just Hisuian Arcanine's Rock Slide, Flinch, Shadow Balls, Spidef Drop, Moonblast, Spitec Drop, Skull Burn, Muddy Water Accuracy, and Ice Beam Freeze. That's a good number of them. I'm a shiny hunt now. I hope you get a good one. I was shiny hunting yesterday, and I got a shiny Squirtle. After having not seen a Squirtle outbreak for a very long time. I might shiny hunt too if there's nobody looking for challenge requests. I don't know what for though. I guess I have to see what I have around. Have we lost frames? Doesn't seem like we've lost frames since the last time we mentioned the lag. Alright, out of curiosity, let me see what's around. I actually do need a Haunter. I don't have a shiny Gengar. I don't really want one because the shiny is pretty meh. I really should look up that leak of all the Pokemon that are going to have Megas in ZA and start hunting those specifically for ZA. But who knows? ZA shiny hunting might be cracked. I feel like it's not going to be, though. I feel like Legends ZA shiny hunting is just going to be as good as Legends Arceus shiny hunting. Which is still okay. It was revolutionary for its time. But this game, shiny hunting, it's just on a different level. Not quite on the level of Pokemon Go Community Day, but it's on a level. There are levels. Many levels. Shiny hunting Swablu. Ah, right. This is the one that pops up in the Blueberry Academy. Ooh, I think I need you. Might check that right now, actually. Meanwhile, I still only have a shiny Sneasel I found 2 years ago. I mean, that's still a good one. Pink Weavile is pretty neat. Where is... Oh, I should have been all the way back in water. I do need a shiny Tentacruel. How much time do I have left? Real world time. Perfect. Oh, I can't play there because my download. I have to restart the game to go there. Darn it, I forgot. I still have to do the whole thing with the updating the other Switch and then moving, initializing the game cards and all that jazz. Man, but I want green Tentacruel. Well, that's... I guess I could go back here. What is over here? Have that, have that, have that, have that. Have that, have that. Wait, actually I don't have this, but I don't want shiny hunted in the ocean. Have that, have that, have that. I have too many of that, honestly. What else? I think I have you. Definitely have you in Legends Arceus. I don't know, I might have to wait till nighttime and fly over to those hunters if I want to shiny hunt something. Alright, while that mindless rambling was happening, let's see if anybody else wants to fight. Oh, look at something. My news is green now. Oh yeah, that's the new feature. I'm surprised it did not kick me from the online. Okay, that doesn't matter. It's nighttime now. I'm just gonna try and murder all those haunters and see what happens. And if anybody comes in that wants to battle, then we'll battle. Hopefully the virtual game card thing means that... Oh, don't fight that. You're a fighting type. I don't have a single Pokemon that, like, has an okay matchup into this Pokemon. Weak to poison, weak to... Well, not weak to poison, but weak to poison, can't hit poison, I guess I should say. Can't hit poison, can't hit ghost, and can't hit ghost. Actually, you trade. You still take some damage, though. Alright, one of y'all needs a blue tongue. You got the shiny? Well, that was pretty quick. That? I don't remember the sound of the other one dying, but it's fine. Alright, Rapsky, you've earned a break. I'm gonna temporarily swap out for something that beats Haunter. Oh, you're 6 heavy, that's why I have you. I remember why I named this thing Thanks for Nothing. Because I wanted a Gligar. It surprised me Kanto Raichu can't learn Surf naturally outside of getting a Surfing Pikachu. That is a little strange, gotta admit. I think it's in its normal move pool now, though. Bombardier, what the heck? Bombardier, you need to run away. Alright, thanks for nothing. I mean, you also couldn't have Endeavor on your Raichu for the longest time because it was an event move. That's just the way it used to be. And there's not too many things that make it different now. Because there's really not a lot of Pokemon that get specifically event moves that matter too much for battling. Because then they just don't matter in the next generation. I'm curious to wonder about whether or not they'll give Indeedee back Trick Room in Gen 10. Because it wasn't supposed to have it in this game. Only the Indeedee males could Trick Room before. Indeedee female Trick Rooming dynamically changed the format of, like, early Scarlet and Violet. Finally got it. Well, congratulations. You got yourself a little yellow bird nugget. Thanks for nothing. Why are you dying? You shouldn't be doing that. Oh, I thought that one Haunter was blue there for a sec on the tongue. The lighting was just weird. Wait. Nah, never mind. Oh, Louis. Thanks for nothing, kill this. Well, thanks for nothing, thanks for nothing. I should have run. I can't run anymore. could use my level 100 Shiny Kingambit, but that kind of feels like overkill. It's also like my best option, though. I guess Vanderbuds is also an option. This Mimicry? Yeah. I mean... Oh, I forgot Rapsky's in front. Alright, does Flamingo really lose? Okay, it doesn't look like it takes any damage. Meowstic has the same gimmick moves, being exclusive to the gender. That's true. Meowstic, they changed it up. I couldn't tell you what they are off the top of my head, but I do know that there are differences. On an unrelated note, I did have to look up the differences between Plusle and Minun in their moveset, and the difference is that Plusle learns Eerie Impulse, and Minun does not, and I think that was the only difference. Which, I don't know if that's just something that they never changed on Pokemon Showdown, if one of them learned Eerie Impulse and the other one did not. I wouldn't be surprised if they just never checked it, because who's ever using Plusle and Minun? Except for some crazy guy making 128 different Regulation H teams. Like an extra small Haunter? It was like super small. Are you blue? No, you're red. The lighting is just making it look like their tongues are blue sometimes. I've also lost count. I'm just killing the Haunters at this point just to kill them. Alright, let's take a break to see if anybody wants to battle. Female Meowstic learns Alluring Voice, but not Misty Terrain. For instance, where male Meowstic can learn Misty Terrain, but not Alluring Voice. Ah, interesting. You know what, isn't Eerie Impulse a TM? Can I just pull out my Minun Impulse and check to see if only one of them can learn it? I'm kind of curious now. I have the time, might as well. What are you? Yeah, look at that. That's the difference. How incredibly fascinating. Oh, back to killing. not many haunts are left in the original outbreak usually means you're like 10 away. That's 10. Now let's just kill like 2 more of them. Swear that one was blue. It was blue. Red. Males learn the better support move, where females learn the better offense move. Think of in duty, but reverse. I mean, that sounds like some pretty sound logic. Maybe I need like a little PNG that says like now accepting challengers. I think that would be good. Good thing to have. Makes it feel more official-like. Might murder an extra haunter because I feel like it. I'm trying to think if there's been any other big shifts in Pokemon lately, but I can't remember what I'm trying to think about. I mean, I guess we've had some Reg I events now. And I have not been looking at the usage data too much, but it seems like Caloric Shadow Zace or Zamazenta is the big deal right now. Indeedee is just the perfected version of that gimmick, since Meowstic's stats are identical for both genders, where Indeedee has high offenses, male Indeedee has high offenses, but lower defense stats, and vice versa. Yeah, Pokemon naturally get more min-maxed as time goes on. Maybe next generation they'll have something like an item where you can use 50% of your other attacking stat and your like highest attacking stat. So if you're a Pokemon like Greninja and you're trying to use a special attacks but your attack is still really high, then you functionally have like a choice specs that you can use any move with. That'd be kind of neat. It would only work on really specific Pokemon though, and you would have to trade off not being able to put EVs in speed if you really wanted to increase your attack and special attack. Or make an item where... Nah, it's kind of complicated. I was gonna say an item where if your attack and special attack are exactly the same, then you get some kind of buff, but that is kind of complex. Also, Intimidate instantly ruins that strategy because you planned for your attack stats to match and then you just get intimidated. And your item is just useless and you've wasted all your investment in making your two attacking stats the same. I'm not sure how much time we have left until day, but I feel like it's not a lot. There's an event where Wiglet, Growlithe, and Swablu have increased shiny odds and mouse outbreaks. Yep. I just already have all of those, so I don't need to hunt them. I would maybe hunt the Growlithe if they evolved into Hisuian Growlithe, but that is not even how that works to begin with. Growlithe cannot evolve into Growlithe to begin with. It could maybe evolve into Arcanine, but it can't evolve into Hisuian Arcanine. And Arcanine is, like, just kind of okay. Right now, at least. For Regulation I, there's nobody really grasping at the bit to be using Arcanine. That's why I love Meowstic. It's been my favorite Psychic type since Gen 6. I'll let you see me use it, and I love a little Psychic Cat. I mean, it makes sense. It tracks. Favorite Psychic type from Gen 6? It's probably on that bars thing I did not that long ago. But if I had to think about it, it's probably... It's not going to be Delphox. Well, there's psychic types came out this generation. Meowstick. Delphox. Okay, not thinking of any other psychic types that came out in Gen 6. I guess Gen 6 is a small gen, but still, I should be able to think of one more. What about legendaries? Oh, I guess Hoopa Unbound. I probably said Hoopa Unbound for my favorite one from Gen 6. Hoopa's a really neat mythical. Probably top 3 mythicals for me. If I had to pin top 3 mythicals right now, it's probably like Keldeo, Hoopa Unbound, Marshadow. Petrumant's so good too. I guess those would be my top 4. I don't know how I would individually list them inside of that top 4, but... Oh, but Zeraora, though? Zeraora's pretty up there, too. I guess that's top 5. I'm pretty big on, like, Deoxys, now that I think about it, but I don't think I would put it in top 5. Like, whenever I'm thinking Deoxys, I'm thinking Deoxys defense form specifically. Because I could care less about normal attack and speed. Defense is where it at. Defense is a super thick man's. Did one of y'all's tongue like be blue? I'm gonna do my due diligence real quick and just put up the battle thing. Hello, Jamba TV, how you doing? If you'd like to battle Jaja, the rules are in the description, and I have the link code set up right now. Shiny hunting is crazy in this game. Mass outbreaks are broken for shiny hunting. It's almost a guarantee you get a shiny. I mean, yeah. It becomes like a 1 in 400 chance. So if there's 15 Pokemon on the screen at max, theoretically, you just gotta cycle through like 40 picnics. And you'll probably get it. Alright, I'm gonna do it one more time. And then I will go back to looking for Blue Tongue Haunters. I'm gonna leave now. Okay, that's fine, Leomeds. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Hope to see you again in the future. Alright, let's see if... it spawned on top of me. Do any of these hunters have Blue Tongues? Alright, there's not anybody that challenges in like the next 24 minutes. I think I'll just end up ending. Also, hello, Danny the Spiky Ear Pichu. How you doing? If you want to battle, the rules are in the description. And I am currently just looking for a blue haunter while I kill some time. But if you would like to battle, let me know. Now that you mentioned it, my top 5 Pokemon, Kanto Persian, Primeape, Meowstic, Vileplume, and Rapidash. Galarian. 2 honorable mentions are Spectrier and Graveler Cantonian. That's quite a bunch of mods. A lot of Kanto guys there. And then Meowstic and Galarian Rapidash and Spectrier are just kind of hanging out. It's been night for way longer than I thought it would be. I love cat and horse Pokemon. Oh, I guess that is a consistency. But cats, horses, uh, round guys with 2 arms and two. Actually, I guess Graveler's 4 arms. 4 arms and 2 legs, and then a flower. I mean, no good at competitive. I mean, you could give it a shot at least. You never know until you try. And there's always room for improvement. If you're looking for some feedback, I could definitely give you that too. Also, it's not like there's anybody else chopping at the bit right now. It's a battle. I got nothing better to do than to check these haunters to see if their tongues are blue. And if you show enough VGC improvement over time, then I'll give you a Pokemon anyways. I think we are much closer to the day than we were previously now, though. Oh, I thought that was an item. It was instead a bug. Yeah, seems like we're now in day. The haunters have stopped spawning. Oh, what was me? I guess I'll just... I don't know. Wait, do I actually need Spoink? I can't remember if I have a shiny Grumpig or not. I feel like I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, I don't have a Hypno, though. I love Spectre as a lone Pokemon because it's more feminine than Glacier and it's just a cool Pokemon. I agree with that, yeah. I think I would like a Spectre a lot more if it didn't combine into half of a killing machine that clicks a 120 base power Ghost type move into both of the Pokemon that are on the field. And then it gets more damage every time it clicks that move and picks up a KO. But Spectre is pretty neat, especially whenever it was in Regulation F. You could do Draining Kiss Spectre, because Draining Kiss would go from 50 to 60 base power, and Terra Fairy was really good for Spectre. And you could do Shadow Ball, Draining Kiss, Nasty Plot, Protect Spectre. Those were the days. It wasn't a set that got to stick around very long, but it was a neat set. It is unfortunate how they took away Icicle Spear from Glastrier in this game, because Glastrier could have been actually kind of good. Because Loaded Dice would just solve the fact that none of its Ice type moves were that great. Let's see what that 6-star Terra Grass raid was. Oh, that's kind of good, actually. I actually do want this. If it's competitive, though, it might be a bit of an issue. You can't hit this with fire, but you can hit it with flying. As long as it doesn't have an ice type move. I could try hitting it with monkey. Alright, I'm just gonna fight this by myself real quick. And if nobody comes in wanting to battle in the next 12 minutes, then we will be done for today. I guess Wednesday's just not where it is at for Beat Me, Take My Pokemon. It seems like Wednesday has been our slowest day yet. Maybe I'll give this a try on Friday just to see what happens. Do I have anything to do on Friday? Aquatail is just lovely to see here. Rage Fist. Oh wait, did that thing just activate Cute Charm on that Mudsdale? That is something I do not want to happen. Hasn't activated it for me yet, though. That's because Cinderella does not feel love, right, Cinderella? Cinderella is just a creature of hate that I trained to beat down others. Aw, not hypnosis. I mean, I guess I might as well just try and go. How hard can it be to wake up? Ow, okay, crit me, so now I actually kind of need the heal cheer. Maybe I should terrestrialize. That was the crit. Did like nothing. Then bulk up one more time. Give me the crit through the defense boost. Sometimes it's just nice to have PP maxed out moves, because you need them. That was not a crit. Oh, not confused me. Cinderella, don't you dare. At least Q-Charm hasn't activated. I don't know if I can heal that off with Heal Cheer. Oh, Cinderella. Alright, Cinderella snapped out. Plus, one of the underrated aspects of Spectre is its 100 HP stat, making it surprisingly sturdy with an assault vest. I mean, I guess that's one way that you could run it, yeah. Not something that I've heard of doing, but it's something that you could do. Excuse me again. Rage Fist. Rage Fist is gonna be stronger. I'm basically full health. Oh, I thought that was Key Charm for us there for a second. I was like, no. Went so long without proccing it. Alright, there we go. I do kind of need this. Might be handy, especially depending on the IVs. It'll be better than my current one. Also checks a couple of things that are of interest to me. Oh, not the best IVs, but is it better than my current one? Current ones. What? Why do I have this? I guess I'll get rid of this one. That one was... Oh, well now this one's over here. But this one must just be the one that I evolved normally and just kept around. Oh, because it's a decent attack, that's why I kept this one around. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one around probably for the same reason, now that I think about it. Oh, but then again, I can just get that off of Ditto. Bashful Nature is kind of useless, even though special attack... I guess if I was doing coil things with this Milotic, I would want a special attack down nature, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm really gonna get rid of Ghost, though? Yeah, I'm not gonna use it if we're gonna have max attack. Yeah, I can sit there for now. Alright, well, that was eventful. I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna see if anybody wants to battle. And if nobody wants to battle, then we're just gonna call things there. I used a support Spectre in Pokemon Shield with max HP and speed. I used it for speed control with the ground move that lowers speed. Mud Bomb, I think. Yeah, it should be Mud Bomb. Or Bulldoze, but the fact that you call out a single target one probably specifically means that it's Mud Bomb. And you could Dynamax to increase Spadef. Well, that is quite an interesting set. Alright, let's give it another shot. I would battle, but I don't have Nintendo Switch Online right now. That's unfortunate. Well, I'll give it one more shot, and then I think we'll be done for today. Alright, well, it's been about exactly 2 hours, and doesn't seem like too many people are interested in battling, so we're just gonna call it there for tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, maybe consider leaving a like on the video, and even consider subscribing, because both of those things help me out an absolute ton. I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.